Well, you must be hugely disappointed with that, Graham, because really in the first half we had enough chances to really kill the game and then got caught, rather like Braintree at Braintree last week, with a sucker punch, and the game was lost.
Yes, we've seen it before, haven't we? As you mentioned, last week was pretty much a replica of that, where we should have won the game. Today has probably been something that we've seen here before at the early stage of the season. I think I can go back to the Western-super-Mare game. I think we're at home here. We could have buried the game and they make one attack and score. Thurrock have done it today. We've had good chances first half. We've opened them up. We've made wrong decisions. We haven't hit the target when we have. The keeper's made saves and we haven't got the second ball and put the finish away. And obviously, at some point in any game, no matter how much pressure you've got, the opposition are going to create a chance. 1, 2 or 3 during a game. And they've slid it down the channel, crossed a fantastic ball. The ball's at the back stick and he's put it away, and it's 1-0 and it's a mountain to climb for us, because we don't find goals too easy to come by. So then we've got to score 2, and it's a failing which we know we've got in the camp. And the only way it's going to change is for people to take on the challenge and be brave and say, I'm going to be the one that's going to start scoring goals for this team. And if it doesn't happen, then we'll come at the playoffs. Simple as that.
Obviously you made changes up front today and you went with a front pairing of really a couple of big lads, Jamie Slabber and Matty Wright. What was the thinking behind that?
Well, just looking over the last couple of weeks, Moses Adamola's been a little bit flat, to his standards. What we were getting, early part of the season, and after his injury when he come back, he was sharp. Last 2 or 3 weeks, he's been a little bit flat and a little bit, off his game. So I thought we'll take him out today. We'll rest him up. We'll sharpen him up that way, and we'll give Jamie a run out just to get some football into him, give him an hour of football. And then we've got the likes of Moses to come on, Delano to come on, against tiring defences, and hopefully, if we need them, to finish the job off. Unfortunately, goals. All games are won by goals, and if you keep creating chances, you keep missing chances. Sooner or later you're going to get hurt, and we got hurt, and it's not for the first time this season. It's happened. And unless it changes, it will continue to happen. What we've got in the squad is what we've got. We've got 15 games to go. We're probably going to be the better team in 13 of those games. No disrespect to the other teams in the league. We're probably going to be the better side on the day in 13 of those games. The other 2 we're going to have an off day, and we might have to scramble an ugly win. Out of those 13 games, I'm looking at 5 of those are going to be 1-0 defeats against us, where we've dominated, created chances, and can't get the ball in the net. So we're going to get 5 more of those in the last 15. That's not going to be good enough to keep you in the playoffs. And they know that, we know that, and the only way it's going to change is by them rectifying the situation and scoring. And it's not as though we are not working on those skills during the week. We've spent all week, every single session, finishing, specialised finishing, 3 and 4 boys on their own with me, one-on-ones, 18-yard finishes, headers, the whole works for 4 days solid, and it still comes to the game and we still can't hit the back of the net. So that's where we are.
You took Jez off earlier in the second half, a decision that wasn't really particularly well received by the crowd, and obviously he was then voted man of the match as well. What was your thinking behind that?
That's what the game's about, opinions, isn't it? I mean, Jez shouldn't be playing in this team full stop, according to 2/3 of the crowd. He shouldn't start every week, because he's a luxury that goes missing too many times in too many games during the season. So 2/3 of the crowd don't want him to start, and the other third of the crowd, when you take him off, wants him to stay on. So, it's a no-win situation. We've all got our opinions of players. We've all got our opinions of starting lineups. We've got opinions of tactics, systems, substitutions. Everything looks great, when a team wins, and sometimes it can mask a multitude of sins sometimes, but you don't always get it right, and it's only right when the team wins. That's the right starting 11. And when the team lose, people look for an excuse of why did he pick him? Why did he put him on? Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? The bottom line is we have been by far the better team against Braintree and should have won the game. We've been by far the better team today and should have won the game. It's not about who played today, who didn't play, who come on, who didn't, who should have come on, who shouldn't come on. It's not about that. It's about we missed our chances. Black and white. Take them, we win comfortably. Miss them, we've lost.
Finally, Graham, I think one player who is universally admired here by almost everyone, if not everyone, is Mark Rickett. And I think we missed him today an awful lot. What's the position with his injury?
Any player of any level and I'm including league level, will miss a player of Mark Rickett's ability, who never gets voted man of the match, only once this season. Again, we come back to opinions. For me, he's been by far our most outstanding and most consistent player at this club all season. He's been probably man of the match for me, should have been 6, 7, 8 times this season. He's got it one on his worst game, by the way, which was a couple of weeks ago. He's hopefully, it's going to be tight, but hopefully, I've had a word with the physio now, he's hopefully maybe up for selection next week, but he's got a badly swollen ankle. If he's fit, he'll be up for contention. If he's not, then so be it. We get on without that, you know. We've had Mark all season, we've been lucky. This is his first injury, you know, the first time he's been out, so you know, we've been lucky in that front. But having said that, Jerome Madon's come in. He stepped in last week, very, very good. He stepped in today. I didn't think he let himself down. We didn't get dominated in the midfield. In fact, we were the better team second half and dominated midfield. So, you know, yes, we like him in our starting 11. If we haven't next week, we get on with it. We've got a squad. We've got a player that will step in and perform to his best ability. And that's where we are. I mean, no matter who it is, you know, if one of our other players gets injured during the week in training, we've got somebody who will step in and do a good job. We haven't got a problem with that. But, you know, regarding Mark, absolutely fantastic. Love to have him on board next season. And we'll look along those lines for that to happen. And, you know, hopefully he'll stay with us. And if he does, you know, we've got him for next season as well, which would be great. And he's a 7 out of 10 every week. He's Mr. Consistent. He's exactly what we haven't got when we miss him, is that he picks up second ball. He picks up 7 ball and drives us on and keeps us ticking and does all the ugly things in the game really, really well. But, you know, fingers crossed he'll be back next week.
Lovely, thanks very much.